over how to use the Fibonaccis. So first of all, the Fibonacci is this set of percentages here, the 23, 38, 61, 78. A lot of times the 50% is used as well. I don't use that. It's not a real Fibonacci number, so I just kind of leave it out, even though it can be very useful. So there's two different ways to use them. I'll pull from an older high to a new low. And so this one, it was actually pulled to this level here. And so what that does is if you start to get bouncing, it gives you your future targets. So the other way people use them would be pulling from an older low to a newer high. Now, if you do that and then it starts to fall, it will give you the bounce points. And that's where you would be taking an entry. So I use it for my exits, but you can use it to take entries. So as you can see here, this is one that we actually we traded this, and this was done, I believe, here. So none of this had formed yet, and I pulled the fib from down here up here. As you can see, it respected it perfectly there. It curled back up, and once it broke through, it topped out at this 38%. 38% is usually the first profit taking. And then it kind of consolidated down here. And once it broke through that again, it bounced perfectly off the 61%. So this is where I typically take all of my profits, and then I'll leave like a few kind of lotto positions to see if we can hit the 78%, but that is rare. So after that, you can see we took profits here, it fell down, and now it's consolidating back down at the original base level. So not that that's relevant for the Fibonacci, this is just a strong support level. We can move on. So Funko is actually happening right now. And let's see. So with this one, I would pull a fib. This is the low point. And I would pull to this high point. And so, oh, you know what? No, I would. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to pull actually, I think from to this point here is where I want. So with that, let me just verify that it's got to go up to that candle. There we go. So with this here, it gives you all of the bounce potential. And so you can see this topped out perfectly right there at that level. And then once it broke through, it kind of easily carried up its way to this level and then consolidated here. You can see all of these fib points are being hit and consolidated at very nicely. And so once it broke through this level, which is the so the 60%, it popped up, it hit this fib, bounced back down, bouncing off that one, and now it is at this high. So this is one that we're currently trading right now, but you can see every fib line is being hit perfectly. So bounce or a rejection, consolidation. It popped up through this one. It just gapped up past that, but it did use that as support here. So you can see how nicely these wicks are just touching that line right there. And then it breaks through, and now we're bouncing off of this level here. So let's see if I can pull it down to a shorter time frame. So look at all that. That's exactly what you want to see. So if you're pulling, you can run through charts that have ran, and you can pull your fibs and kind of see if you're noticing these patterns as well. That will be a good indicator as to if you're pulling your Fibonacci's correctly. And so this is really perfect. This is what you want to see. So right here is where we took profits. There's still a couple that are left. We're just letting them run right now, but we took profits on this level here. So it hit this, it bounced down, we bought this dip, took profits here, and we took a little bit of profit here, and now we're just holding the rest as a lotto position. But that's how you want to pull them. You would pull from the low to the high, or from a newer low to an older high. So once this is done running, you can actually use this as, so this is the low, and you'd pull to there. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. So you would pull from low to high, and now this should give you your re-entry targets. So this should be where you're able to re-enter this if it starts to fall. So if we move that down to the 15 minute, maybe we can see some. So ideally this will fall down here to 22.29 area, 22.27, sorry. And from there you could look to re-enter and then ride it back up. So that would be the retracement number here, this 78%. So that is how I use the fibs. It's not the way that everybody uses them, but it works flawlessly for me. So I know some people had some questions about that, so I just figured I would make a video.